Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony, and welcome to another edition of BNA Sports Talk. And long time no see. Man, that was hard to get out. I haven't recorded in a couple days. I had some previous videos recorded, but you know what? Let's just start anew. And today I want to talk about the Patriots, what caused their dynasty to fall, and where they should go from here. So there are a couple of reasons why I think the Patriots dynasty fell. That's why I'm recording this video. So first of all, it's Tom Brady. Now, a lot of people, when they hear that, it's just like, what do you mean Tom Brady? He won us 3 out of 5 Super Bowls. He went to the 4 of the last 5, whatever the stats are. And I think Tom Brady is a major reason why the Patriots dynasty fell. And I know what you're thinking. Anthony, he won 3 Super Bowls in the past 5 years. What are you talking about? Yes, the Patriots made a commitment to Tom Brady. He won them 3 Super Bowls, but that was in expense of their long-term future. They have no guy behind Tom Brady to advance. You know, you had Jimmy Garoppolo, but you decided to stick with Tom Brady. Now the best you have is Jarrett Stidham behind Tom Brady. Second of all, Tom Brady has to play quick. And there are 2 things that this causes. So first, the offensive line, it has been good. It really has been good, and he has had to get the ball out quickly. And he's never been actively mobile, Tom Brady. Plus, his arm is weaker. There are a couple of times during the year, the ball just died on him. We saw early in last year against the Steelers when he threw that ball deep. He couldn't quite get out of bounds. We saw earlier this season where he just kept on underthrowing balls randomly. And you see flashes of bad play. It's like, oh, wait, what was that? And eventually it catches up to you. And now the wide receivers that you drafted, they're not used to quick developing routes here. They didn't get the right guys. They didn't bring the right guys in. N'Keal Harry, he's not really good at that's not really his skill set to get open real quick. He wasn't used to doing that at Arizona State. You have to do all these new playbooks and advanced things that only guys like Julian Edelman and Rob Gronkowski can really understand. And that compounds and compounds, and eventually you're not successful anymore. Now, another thing that happened is Bill Belichick and his way of coaching. Now, it's great, you know, getting rid of guys like Jamie Collins. You got rid of him, traded him to the Browns, and then got him back for nothing, and now he's all-star caliber. But eventually, that catches up to you. Eventually, players don't want to play for you anymore because they realize, you know what, we may win, but I'm not going to get respect here. I'm not going to get paid. Tom Brady is going to get the credit for Super Bowls. You had some guys that loved it. Antonio Brown loved it. McCourty brothers, you know, they love it. But eventually, sometimes you get players that are like, I don't really want to play for the Patriots if I'm not getting credit and I'm not getting paid and I'm not getting compensated in the right way. And that really hurts them. The influx of young talent wasn't there anymore. And a player who was a free agent from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think his last name was Humphreys, he decided to forego the Patriots and join the Titans saying, I want to beat him. You had Amari Cooper saying, Dak's my quarterback. I think Tom Brady's great, but you know, I'd rather play for Dak Prescott than Tom Brady. So there's that stigma of, you know, we got to beat the man. This is the evil empire. They're the ones that cheat. That's the thing as well. You know, you look at them, it's like, do I want to be considered like a cheater? You know, that Spygate thing. Then you had the Deflategate. Then you had, you know, Robert Kraft doing whatever. Now the videotape in the sidelines earlier this year. There's a stigma behind the Patriots. Like, I'm not too sure if they do it the right way. And plus, Tom Brady's old now. You feel like you're not going to be there a long time. And there's some players that don't want that. There are a lot of players that don't want that. And I spoke a little bit earlier about Tom Brady and how he doesn't really have a lot of weapons. And that's partially because they haven't drafted well. In 2017 was probably their worst draft. They went 13-3 that year, and I think the year that they drafted all those players, they lost the Super Bowl to the Eagles. I think that was that year, or that was the year that they beat the Falcons. I forget. But you know, if you take a look at their draft, here are the guys that they drafted. Derek Rivers, he's played a total of 6 games in his career. Antonio Garcia, tackle, hasn't played anything. Deatrice Wise, 46 games. He's their defensive end, but he's kind of a plug-and-play guy. And then Connor McDermott, who is a tackle and has played 15 games. So this is one of their worst drafts. 4 draft picks, and they didn't do anything. And plus, you're not bringing in any free agents. That really hurts. Now, let's move on to the 2018 NFL draft, where they did pretty well. They drafted a couple of Pro Bowlers, and Sony Michel, who did pretty well last year. There's a reason why they won the Super Bowl. But then you had guys who they drafted like Ryan Izzo, Keon Cross, and Denny Etling, who weren't really players that played. Like Ryan Izzo was supposed to be the Rob Gronkowski replacement, I guess. They drafted him in the 7th round, but he didn't do anything this year. And it was very hard for a player to come in and make a direct impact with the Patriots, because a lot of them got injured as well. You had Isaiah Wynn, who they drafted in the first round. He's only played 8 games in his career. He's been good, but he's only played 8 games. Jawan Bentley, Duke Dawson, they've been pretty successful on defense. They did a good job drafting defense. And they drafted a lot of good corners. They have the McCourty brothers. They have Stephon Gilmore. They have a lot of good guys like that. They've been good with the secondary. A pretty good defense now. But they haven't really been doing good drafting pass rushers. They have guys like Lawrence Guy. They have guys like Dante Hightower. Those are big guys. Those are old guys. You need a lot of depth on the defensive line, and they've really struggled in that area. Not to mention the fact that the offense, they've completely whiffed on a bunch of guys. They have rotational guys coming in and out of tackle. Nate Solder is gone now. Trent Brown is gone. Again, Isaiah Wynn is keep on getting injured. And you have to plug in guys that are from nowhere, and it's hard. As much as you want to say Dante Starnecchia is a good offensive line coach, and they had the 14th best pass protection this year, according to Football Outsiders, Tom Brady has to get the ball out really quickly. The best way to tell how good an offensive line is doing is based on their run game. Dante Starnecchia, as good as he is as coordinating how to block and coaching well and doing all the right fundamental things, they struggled in the run game this year, and that compounded with Tom Brady. And finally, the last blow for their dynasty is they stopped getting lucky this year. And they stopped causing a lot of turnovers, and they started playing good teams. You got guys like Cleveland Browns not coached well. The Giants weren't coached well. The Redskins weren't coached well. And they got lucky in the beginning of the season with them making mistakes, them showing rookie quarterbacks looks that they've never seen before, and blocking punts and not causing a lot of penalties. You'll beat the bad teams that way. You'll beat the bad teams that way because they'll find a way to beat themselves. I saw Daniel Jones throw a bunch of interceptions. I think the Cleveland Browns fumbled on 3 straight plays or something like that. But with a buttoned-up team like, Houston a little bit, or with Patrick Mahomes, with a guy that can make plays and be able to beat you with their just pure ability, eventually they have better guys than you do, and they just beat you. And we saw that with Tennessee. They just out-physicaled them. The Patriots were sound good. They were sound with penalties. They were sound with blocking. But eventually, the team is just better than you, and that caught up to them. So let me know what you guys think. What was the fall of the Patriots empire? What are some of the main causes? Do you think I'm wrong with any of my opinions here? In my opinion, they should move on from Tom Brady. It's time. If that means starting Jarrett Stidham next year, or bringing in a free agent for 1 year and then drafting your guy in 2021, then do that. Maybe you get the first pick and get Trevor Lawrence. As far as the coaching, Bill Belichick, I think he can stay at the GM, but I think you're going to have to groom your new coach. We've seen a lot of Patriot disciples leave. We saw that pretty much start off with Brian Flores, and now the Giants have Joe Judge and stuff like that. And we've seen Bill Belichick start to get rid of all of his coaching hires, which has hurt their dynasty as well, with all the turnover and things like that with coaches. But yeah, I think you're going to have to bring a new voice in. Bring in a guy who has a new sense of hope. I think the dynasty has run its course. It was great while it lasted, 20 years. Nothing really lasts that long. And I think it's a good run. It starts off with finding your new quarterback and being able to groom him. Hopefully all your new players that you drafted are getting healthy, like N'Keal Harry. You have a bunch of talent on this team. Just that Tom Brady couldn't really use it that much. It all starts with the offensive line. You have to make sure you get that right first. You still have great coaches on this roster, and I think their future is pretty bright, but it starts off with finding a new quarterback. I made some videos about who that could be. Definitely do check those out. I made it, you just scroll down my page. I probably titled a couple videos like that. But hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think about what the Patriots, what they should do from here. And yeah, we'll talk more about the draft, their 23rd overall draft pick in future videos. But hope you guys did enjoy. And until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.